Stan Gibilisco here. Another thought about wireless technology. It's the good, the bad, and the possible. My original concern over using a wireless router at my house was that someone would drive by and somehow gain access to my internet connection by using something that would defeat the password. You know, they have these automated search devices that can rapidly search every possible alphanumeric combination, and you know how it goes. Somebody can hack into almost anything, but wireless is especially easy to hack into, be it a cell phone, a cordless phone, wireless internet connection. Particularly vulnerable are these so-called hotspots that you might find at your local restaurant or hotel. But even at your house, if you have a wireless router, which I do, you're vulnerable to that. And that has nothing to do with the physiological hazards of wireless EMF, electromagnetic field radiation, quote unquote, as distinguished from ionizing radiation, like X-rays. A scientist did make an over an hour-long presentation that was quite convincing about the hazards of excessive cell phone use. And someone who had been using cell phones a whole lot developed cancer in their brain in a little cluster right underneath the antenna, and another person who had been carrying their cell phone around for some reason in their bra developed breast cancer in a specific location right under the antenna. Some circumstantial, yes, but increasingly convincing evidence. But let's set all that aside for a minute. There's another way that we can mitigate this problem. Now, wireless devices, by the way, can also interfere with one another. And I don't know if you've ever had that happen, but I have. In particular, a compact fluorescent light bulb radiates. Did you know that it radiates electromagnetic field energy? Well, it does. And so does my garage door opener, which I no longer use. I yank the thing up and down myself because I don't want some aircraft flying by to be on the same frequency as the garage door opener when I'm on vacation, and you know the drill. The things have interfered with one another, these wireless devices, and as they proliferate, they will tend to interfere with one another more and more. So we're going to get more and more problems with, say, I don't know, your wireless mouse interferes with your wireless keyboard, interferes with your wireless cell phone, interferes with your, cordless phone, whatever. Hacking is much less likely if you use hardwired internet connections. And a lot of other problems. You can use a corded mouse. It's not that big a deal. You can use a corded keyboard. It's not that big a deal. I don't think I have a cordless keyboard at all. And you can shut off, you can put your laptop or your cell phone in airplane mode when you're not using it. That's no big deal. You can reduce the extent to which you use your cell phone and your cordless phone. For some of us, that might be a pretty big deal. Like me ranting less on YouTube. Now that'd be a real sacrifice, okay? But here's the gist of it is that I'm striving to reduce my use of wireless devices completely independent of any physiological hazards. And that is to reduce the chances that I'll get hacked. And now that we have some evidence that there is, in fact, a physiological risk to this stuff, that's all the more reason to simply reduce the amount of use that you put the stuff to. What will you do instead? Well, here in the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of Adventure, there's plenty of other things to do besides sit and rot your brain with internet rants, or with cell phones or cordless phones or electronic devices in general. In fact, sometimes I like to sit in that chair right back there, just like an old fuddy-duddy would do, and watch the deer walk by, listen to the sounds of the city of Lead, South Dakota, technically is where I live, listen to the drones of engines and the motorcycle rally in Sturgis, which is coming up in about a month, and just generally watch the activity and doze off. That's amazing how it lowers your blood pressure to sit there for about a half hour and just veg out. No wireless. Now the router is only about 10 feet away, but you know, you can't have everything, right? Or can you? I've been thinking about, basically about kind of really simplifying my life. I have a whole lot more stuff than I need, a whole lot more computers than I need. I spend a whole lot more time fiddling around with stuff that really doesn't accomplish much, if anything. A lot of people spend a lot of time on their cell phones to the point where they get, you know, like cell phone users elbow and whatever, you know. And I'm just thinking, hey, wait a second. Nobody has mandated that we use this stuff so much. There's no law that says you have to spend at least 8 hours a day with a cell phone stuck to the side of your head, or with a cordless mouse in your left hand, or with an iPad taped to a house yammering into YouTube. You don't have to spend 8 hours a day doing that stuff. Not even 2 hours. In fact, you don't have to do any of that stuff, do you? I mean, you may think, I could never live my life without all these gadgets. De Bareno, you think not. I don't know. I think not, maybe. And I think maybe I'm going to reach a point, a breaking point, a snapping point. Stan Gibilisco's going to lose it, and he's just going to walk from all this garbage. And do what? Eat good food, walk through the mountains, swim in the lake, and just generally enjoy what remains of my time on this planet. And so can you. Stan Gibilisco signing off. Until the last time, just for now, so long.